Hello, and welcome to Podcast in the Bedroom. Basically, Rice and I have been talking about for months that we should start a podcast, and you're probably thinking, no, please, dear God, don't do that. There are already enough. But you're going to learn to like us, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So I bought these microphones off Amazon, taped my phone to her ceiling.
What?
And here we are. It's only March 2024. I have had so many music releases, and I have so many already scheduled.
No, for real.
Jacob Collier, if any of you guys listen to him. Jesse Volume 4 came out, like, last week. Shakes by Luke Hemmings, and then Boy is going to be coming out in, 48 days.
I am so excited.
Zayn has a single, and then an album at some point. Lizzie McAlpine had one single. She's about to have another one, and then the album.
Irwin, whenever he's going to surprise us, because it's done, isn't it?
Yeah, he said that the album is done, and that he was going to release a single in March. So, time is fucking ticking, big guy. Like, let's get on it.
Let's speed it up.
Let's get on it, especially because the snippets that he posted, like, in the studio on his stories sounded good. Which, it's Ashton Irwin, like, of course it's gonna be good. But
Superbloom's so underrated.
Superbloom is so underrated. Him, Taylor album next month.
Oh my god, Taylor album next month.
Lizzo's been in the studio.
I don't know if anyone listens to Bleachers, but they just also dropped an album.
Yeah, and then today. Yeah, a few of more of my little.
I'm giving Eternal Sunshine her love right now, so I'll listen to that.
So yeah, and then
Conan Gray.
Yeah, Conan had a new song today, and then
unfortunately I can't afford tickets, but
yeah. No, if you guys ever want to pay us for just being like pretty and existing.
Yeah, as I'm looking at them with my death glare.
If you guys ever want to pay us for just being pretty and existing,
if you wanna,
I'll set up a link somewhere so that we can go to concerts. Oh, we're seeing Matt Bennett again next month.
If you don't know who Matt Bennett is, that is Robbie from Victorious, and we saw him last year for
he took
his,
my Be Real
DJ, and it was genuinely like the most fun concert we've been to. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, for sure. It
was $20.
Yeah,
and him and his opener both run for around 5 hours, just over probably.
Yeah, and it was just like Disney, Nickelodeon, old 2000s.
Mainstream,
yeah. No, it was so fun.
Completely worth it.
Front row, spoke to her, took a video on her phone, took my Be Real, spoke to me,
read like all of our signs.
Yeah, interacted. We each had like a sign, but there was like a front and a back, and he interacted with both sides of both of our signs.
Oh, in my bed. Oh, I want to.
Oh, I don't think you guys understand how delectable these look. Like I
could kind of swallow this.
Awful. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Anyway, let's talk about concerts we've been to. Now that we're on the subject of Matt Bennett, and that was probably like our most fun one.
Talking about all the music that's coming out, you have like a pretty good idea of who we stan. I'll go through my concert lineup. Not middle school. Like freshman year of high school, I saw Fitz and the Tantrums, and I was second row, interacted with them. It was great. I was like the only person that wasn't 40 that was there. But that was great. I went with my mom. That was my first like concert. It was very, very small though.
You went with your mom?
Was surprising. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's really cute.
Yeah, it was my mom and I.
Does she like listen to them, or like
it was like that was at the point of my life where my mom drove me everywhere, so I would make her listen to my music. So like she listened to everything I listened to.
That's cute though. That's really cute.
But she wasn't really like a fan or anything, but yeah, I made her go. Fitz and the Tantrums. Then my sophomore year, I went to Panic at the Disco. I was up in the fucking nosebleeds, but I was there. Junior year, I went to 21 Pilots for my birthday. And then I didn't go to any senior year. I wasn't a concert girly until I got to college.
Same, thank you.
Yeah. And then my freshman year of college, my friend Carly, I hope you're watching this. I love you.
She probably will be. Hi, Carly.
Yeah, hi, Carly. I cannot believe that you guys are like mutuals. That's so weird.
That is so weird.
Carly texted me one day and said, hey, I got tickets to Louis. Do you want to go tonight? Like Louis Tomlinson. And I was like, huh? And it was also like a really weird situation because my roommate is the one who got me into One Direction, and she was home with COVID. And I had to text her being like, hey, someone just offered me a free Louis ticket. Like, do you mind if I go? And she was like, yeah, no, that's fine. And then I talked to her like a week later, and she was like, yeah, no, I was pissed. Love you, Eve. I'm really sorry that I had to do that to you.
Damn.
But it's a free Louis Tomlinson ticket.
Eve,
Like,
sorry I had to take your other Louis
yeah,
Tomlinson
we didn't have to.
ticket.
She chose to. Good
I
luck.
know. Love you. Thank you.
Love you,
Eva.
Eve. Anyway, so then yeah, I got a free ticket to a Louis Tomlinson concert. He waved at me, interacted with me, and I remember being there, and I was like,
I'm so happy for you.
I love this atmosphere. Like, which is weird because I'm a person who's very scared of crowds. I'm very scared of like super like overwhelmingly loud noises.
Ooh, mental health episode coming.
But something about being at a concert, the atmosphere is so different. It makes me feel so oddly at peace. And I think it's just knowing that everyone there has like similar experiences to me,
or they probably experiencing the same thing and all relate to the artist.
And yeah, and we all just hold this immense amount of love for the person on stage, which I think is so beautiful.
It's like different with different fan bases,
and for sure. And Louis is a fan base. They're like
cutest little fan base,
so devoted, so kind, so
cutest
awesome
little fan base.
Yeah. So then I saw Louis, and then after that concert, I was like, damn, I should go to more concerts. So then I bought tickets to Five Sauce Indianapolis, and then after I bought those, I said, they have a show the next day in Chicago on Luke's birthday. So then I bought Five Sauce Chicago tickets, went to the indie show, ended up like moving up. I was supposed to be in lawn, moved up to like maybe fifth row. Yeah, I was supposed to be lawn, bought a $60 ticket to move up to like fifth row.
Crazy.
And then, yeah, I went to Chicago the next day. Then we were in the nosebleeds again. But it was Luke's birthday. I got to sing him happy birthday. Love you, Luke Hemmings. Where did I... After that, Harry Styles. I was in, like, the 300s. Again, that... I think... Well, no. Saw Harry. And then 4 days later, we saw Lizzo. And we had Barricade at Lizzo. However, I came down with, honestly, still don't know.
Whatever the hell you had.
To this day, do not know what happened. Went to like 3 different doctors. Have no idea. But we were at that concert, and it was my first time. It was both of our first time.
Yeah, I was going to say, this was like at the point in our friendship, too, where like, we're like just getting close. So like, things were like so relatively... Yeah, we still like we didn't know the deep stuff. We didn't like we would still have awkward silences sometimes. Now I know everything. Yeah. I know all your lore. Thank God.
But yeah, I remember it was both of our first time having Barricade, and like I remember I had been drinking my water. I made sure that I had a meal. I was like, I see people passing out all the time, and I don't want that to happen to me. And then Lizzo came on stage maybe 5 minutes ago, and I'm suddenly like, oh God, like my eyes are starting to black out, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. But like, I paid for this ticket, waited in line. I have Barricade. Like, Lizzo is right there. I need to push through. And then we get like maybe halfway through the concert, and I'm like, no. Yeah. So I walked off to the side, and I had security come up, and I asked for water. Which, by the way, then he was like, we don't have water. Huh?
No, literally.
And then I asked the paramedic, and he was like, yeah, we don't have water. 2 minutes later, they gave me water. Whatever. But, yeah, so I don't remember.
Out at a Lizzo concert. She told me to still stay on Barricade, but, like, I felt so bad, so, like, during one of the songs.
But if I hadn't have told you to stay up there, Lizzo wouldn't have interacted with you full on, had a conversation with you.
And thank you for that. But I did come to, like, visit her and, like, sit with her.
I know, she came up to me, and she goes, Lizzo read my sign. Did you hear it? And I went, huh? Yeah. I genuinely, like, I had no idea. I could not hear anything. I could not see anything. I was just trying not to pass out. And then that night, I like fell asleep, and I was having straight up fever dreams, and I kept waking up.
We go home, her mom and I take off her shoes, tuck her in.
Yeah, no, it was so bad. Then
this was my first time, like,
this was our first time really like hanging out.
Mom too.
Yeah. So then my mom like took both of us to the clinic the next day, like at CVS, and she was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. I could not.
Something wrong.
There was something. I was like straight up hallucinating, and everyone was just like, "I don't know, you're dehydrated." I was no, like I know that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So then her mom had to drive 2 hours to come get her and bring her like back home because we live 2 hours apart, which is weird.
I was about to say what we do, and now you practically live with me.
But yeah, and then long story short, the next day I got into a car accident and completely totaled my car, and my car caught on fire. Rest in peace, Natasha. I miss you. You were the best first car I could have ever had. Wish I still had you.
Love you, Natasha.
And then after that, who was after that? Louis again, right? Well, technically Matt.
Not for you. It was Louis again.
Technically Matt. I count that as concert. And then
God,
Louis again. So we had not Pitt, but we like were right behind Pitt up at the barricade there. And then after that, saw Five Sauce again in Indy, and I had Five Sauce barricade, and Luke Hemmings smiled at me.
He did,
and that's not me being delusional. Like I want to get that clear right now. Like my first 2 Five Sauce concerts, I was like, oh my god, like they looked at me, like oh my god, he's looking at no, like this. At my hand gripping on that barricade. And it's during sound check.
I'm foaming at the mouth.
I'm literally gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. I'm like,
I'm gonna pull out the Brittany Broski clip.
Yeah. No, I'm literally like violently shaking like it's sound check, and they're just sitting there. And oh my god, Ashton. Anyway, I'm like sitting there, and Ashton is answering a question, so everyone's direction is like focused on him. Meanwhile, like Luke is looking over at the crowd, and he like looks our way, and I was like, I looked like a 5-year-old waving. I was like, and then he smiled, and I was like,
yeah. We immediately look at each other, and we're like,
I was like, dude, that just happened. And I look back, and he's like smirking and laughing, and I was like, oh, so like I'm not making it up. Like that actually happened.
Not. And it was God, the way that we couldn't have our phones during sound check, and that. Yeah. Our sound check songs. So okay,
we were the first. Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used to be a Five Sauce stan in middle school, and then around the time the album Youngblood came out. No hate to the album because it's probably my second favorite album. I just stopped listening, just fell off the face of the earth. Whatever, listen to other music. Then I met this one in college. Oh, and that was freshman year of high school was when I probably stopped listening. And then I met this one freshman year of college. And then she told me to start listening. I started listening, and then I was like, oh, like this song Talk Fast. That
was hers.
Something, it gets, I don't know. Anyways, we're sitting in sound check, and what did they even say? They were like,
Luke goes, we haven't done this one yet.
Did he?
Yeah, he was like, we haven't sound checked this one yet on this tour.
I just heard them say, like, this is from Youngblood, and you and I look at each other, because they were playing Valentine, and that's her song.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh my god, like, it's gonna be Valentine, and then
I heard the, and I went, oh my god, it's Talk Fast, and you were like, no. Like, no. Like, you could not believe what you were hearing.
Yeah, I know. And then it just started playing, and then that's when I start sobbing.
Yeah,
we both started crying.
We were like, damn, the concert hasn't even started yet. They're still wearing sweatpants.
No, they couldn't show up in that.
My makeup is already running down my
face. Oh my god, we get up at 3:30 a.m. for this concert in the first place. We get there around between 4 and 4:30 to the venue.
It's fucking 50 degrees.
No, lower. We're on the streets of downtown Indy. We have like
one jacket.
We have one jacket and like one blanket, but the blanket was small, so we lay it on the ground. We're spooning on the streets of downtown Indy
at 4 a.m.
At 4 a.m. until what? We started getting ready at 11 a.m. No. Yeah, 11 a.m. because soundcheck was like at 3.
Yeah.
And everything. And then,
yeah, that was our first. Well, okay. Originally, I was like, there is no way I'm sleeping on the streets of downtown Indianapolis. Like, I cannot believe that I'm not going to get barricade because people are already lining up. And then we got to my house, and I was like,
yeah,
we're done with our homework. What if we sleep for 1 hour and then
oh my god,
drive there? And then it was during the summer, and we were dumb and didn't check the weather.
I was also sick during this experience.
Yeah.
I was also sick.
We didn't check the weather, so yeah, one jacket draped over both of us. We're spooning. We're like...
yeah.
But yeah, so for soundcheck, we got Talk Fast, and then after that, they had us vote, and... which it sucked because all 3 options were the 3 that I wanted to hear. It was Valentine, Girls Talk Boys, and Long Way Home. And I was like, oh my god, Valentine is my song, but Girls Talk Boys, I've been posting about for years that I want them to sing it. And I soundchecked it at Indie last year, but I didn't have soundcheck last year. And then Long Way Home, like, I don't know, I just love her. But I voted for Girls Talk Boys.
I also did.
Your concert lineup? You've seen Journey.
I wasn't going to mention that, but yeah, I've seen Journey in concert. And I had second row when I was in 8th grade.
I did not know you were that close. That's crazy.
Yeah, I had second row. I've touched, like, the lead singer.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
I did not know that.
I'm forever a Journey stan. I'm also a Gleek, so, like, obviously I'm a Journey stan.
Don't stop.
Like, that's not my favorite song, but...
yeah.
Whatever.
You saw Journey, and then...
I saw Journey, and then... I saw Smash Mouth, who, if you don't know, they sing
Somebody
All-Star. Yeah, I saw them. They were in Fort Wayne, like, when I was in elementary school.
Interesting.
So, me and my family went to that. Yeah, no, I didn't go... I'm gonna look at my concert list, but I don't think I went anywhere in high school. Freshman year of college comes, and my brother lived in Arizona at the time, and I don't know why, but I love Arizona. I love going to concerts there so much. And Dua Lipa was there with the opener Megan Thee Stallion, like if you've ever heard of her. For my spring break, me and my family flew out there, and my brother and I saw Dua Lipa and Megan Thee Stallion. It was nosebleeds, but it was still just so good.
Yeah.
So good. I love music. After that, then May rolls around. I have the worst ticket buying experience of my life buying Harry Styles tickets.
Yeah, that was
Thanks,
not good
Harry.
for you.
No, that was one of the worst days ever too. Everything. Whatever. I score nosebleeds again. My brother and I go to Chicago the following October 8th, Chicago night 1.
I was about to say, you were the first night of Chicago.
Yeah. Then, 10 days later, and you and I see Lizzo barricades
and
somehow.
We have drastically different experiences there. But, yeah.
And may I just say, out of each of the concerts I've been to, Lizzo, like, might have my favorite set list.
Yeah, plus, like, her openers were good too. Saucy Santana and Lotto.
Because I was right when she was getting popular.
Yeah.
We had multiple interactions, like, with her dancers, with her backup singers.
I was hyping those dancers up.
Yeah, no, so talented.
They were killing it.
So talented. Just everything, dude. But Lizzo might have, like, the best set list out of everyone I've seen, because it was just, like, everywhere. Yeah. And it was, I don't even know. Like, obviously the other ones I saw were good. If Five Sauce
hadn't have cut all of their songs in half, then they would have my favorite set list.
Didn't Lizzo sing, like, full-length Saul?
Yeah, I think there was only one song that she
Which, like, that's no hate to, like...
Yeah, no. I obviously completely understand. I have
Not
no
that
idea.
I could do any better. Yeah. No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's just, like, a preference thing. Or, like, I wish... We talk about it all the time. I wish artists would, like... Take an breaks.
Yeah.
I don't care how long, because, like, if you really want to be there, then you're gonna wait. Yeah. I'd take an hour break. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't want you to keep pushing yourself. I think artists should take breaks anyway. Like,
no, seriously. Not even just for us, obviously.
Yeah,
but
like, energy there was, like...
Also, the demographic.
Crazy. Yeah.
For Lizzo fans, it was all, like, what, middle-aged women? Or, like, women in their...
Yeah, we were expecting,
women in their 30s, 40s.
We were expecting, like, we would see a lot of Harrys, obviously. And, like, we did, for sure. Yeah. Like, we could point them out.
The girl beside us was actually one.
But, like, in the pit, there were, like, 40-year-olds, and they were going crazy. And it was so nice because, like, again, same as I was talking about earlier, like, everyone in Lizzo's fan base is probably, like, they don't feel comfortable in their own skin, but the second that we're in that place with all these other people, like, it was so, we got so many, like, compliments, like, on our outfits, even though, like, they weren't even anything special. Like, my pants were from Amazon. But, like, people were complimenting us.
When you told me my butt looked good in my pants, and some girl turned around and goes, "Oh, period."
Like, yeah, no, like, everyone there just wanted to help everyone feel like the baddest bitch, and it was so nice. Good. Yeah.
Also, we had Barricade for a mainstream artist. Yeah. After Lizzo
that was in October of sophomore, yeah.
And then we saw Matt Bennett in March, and then in the middle of March, I saw Miss Taylor Swift. Yeah. And I went to the second night of Glendale because, again, my brother lived in Arizona at the time, so I flew out. Yeah, no, my surprise songs were State of Grace and This Is Me Trying.
Yeah, which are, like, two of my favorite songs.
I'm so sorry, dude. And, yeah, no, I also had nosebleeds for that, but any seat in a Taylor show, so good. Especially, like, because she does do, like, choreography and stuff like that, so you don't really have to worry about, like, the crowd stuff.
And you get to see, like, all the bracelets slide out.
No, that was, like, the best part. I cried during You Need to Calm Down, because I was like, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is so cool.
No, really,
you were
really
sick during that, too.
Yeah, no, I was so sick.
Like, deathly sick during
that. I sent her a video of me, like, sobbing, and there's a snot bubble.
Yeah.
Sob during My Tears Ricochet. That was... I've never had an emotional experience to that song before the show.
Well, yeah, I imagine seeing it live is completely different than...
she's there, and I'm like... And my brother's, like, looking at me, like, "Are you good?" And I'm like... like, not making eye contact. When I'm not a pretty crier. I'm not. So, like, when I'm sobbing, I'm sobbing. After Taylor, I see, Louis in July.
Oh, with who? Who'd you go with?
My best friend. Like, I don't know if you know her. She's fine.
That's crazy. I think I've heard about her.
Yeah, no, she's part of my whole personality, so I'm sure you have.
We saw Louis and he sang your favorite One Direction song. Well, not
he favorite, did one of my favorite One Direction songs. Where Do Broken Hearts Go? After Louis, I saw randomly in Lawn. I saw like Sean Kingston. Sean Kingston was on tour with TLC and Vogue and.
Yeah, I almost joined.
Who the hell else? Yeah, it's probably a good thing you didn't. It wasn't like a very good experience with like how the energy was and stuff, but like cool, saw them, whatever. And then August rolls around and I see 5 seconds.
5 seconds of Summer.
5 seconds of Summer. You guys ever heard of them? And that was so fun. A long day, and I slept so good on your floor that night. But I was sick, and then I wake up the next morning. I'm exhausted, and my entire face is swollen.
Yeah. Now we see Matt Bennett next month, and then Niall in July. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment.
Yes. And anyways,
please comment like ideas of what you want us to talk about, because the issue is that we never know what to start off by saying. We can easily derail and talk about anything.
We're both mentally ill, so we get off track. Yeah, you didn't know. Okay. Based on the fact that we're doing this.
I want to bite it so bad. I'm not going to.
I think my saliva is
my spit is definitely stuck in here.
What?
Anyway, comment ideas for us to talk about so that we can keep doing this.
Yeah, no. I really enjoyed this.
I don't know an outro.
It feels very
Thank you for coming to Podcast in the Bedroom.